That's a lot of sideboard slots. Alright, Esper Wish. Wish in Esper Wish refers to Wishclaw Talisman. Enters the battlefield with 3 wish counters on it. Remove a wish counter, search your library for a card, and then put it in your hand. An opponent gains control of this. So we combo this alongside with 3 free here to bounce this back to our hand after we pick up something we want. As well as Karn, the Great Creator here, which turns off explicitly opposing artifacts. So once you send the Wishclaw Talisman to them, Karn says, hey, you can't activate this anymore. For finishers, we've got a couple of Ugin, some Realm-Cloaked Giants, and a couple of Murderous Riders. Out of the sideboard, we can fetch up the Magic Mirror, which Karn can actually turn into a 9/9, as well as Stonecoil Serpent, so that's sweet. Let's, no God Pharaoh statue or Meteor Golem, notably. I mean, what do you think those cards? Those cards are really expensive and clunky. Like, 11 mana to kill something is really obnoxious. This isn't best of 1, right? It's not like I can just take my entire sideboard and give its contents to the Karn downtick. Like, I need to have actual sideboard cards, that way I can play meaningful game 2 and 3s where I'm not super far behind. No, Iggy, because the wish has to tap to activate. So it's fine, they don't get a chance to use it. Easy mulligan here, no second land. Missing hand's great. Is it sacrilege if I bottom the wish here? Yikes. Turn 1, Scorch Spitter. Let's scribe. Drown in the Loch. And here's the kind of, like, people have been talking about this card, and this is kind of an example of how this card can be awkward. If my opponent doesn't play, like, a light up the stage or something next turn, this is a 2-mana removal spell that I can't play on turn 2 because my opponent doesn't have cards in their bin. Sweet. They cast light up the stage, which is great for us because it means I can shock this in and then drown this in the Loch. Nah, I'm not really big on the Vorthos Davis. I have, like, some artwork and stuff that I like, but I'd rather spend my time doing other things than, like, exploring, like, that background of Magic. Doesn't really do it for me. Did I mention Puzzle Faces? I feel like I might have missed that stuff. But at any rate, in case I did, thanks for the Prime Puzzle Faces. I took the extra point of damage there because I misclicked. Before anybody asks. So we should be 1 higher. If we lose by exactly 1, we deserve it. That being said, feeling like they're going to kill us by a lot more than exactly 1. Yikes. Might be a quick burnout for the Wish deck.
Right on schedule.
I'm just hoping not to get hit for 3 next turn, but, like, yeah, we're pretty dead. Even with the land, we're not really doing anything there, right? Speaking of dying by more than 1, yeah. Yeah, our mana base was not kind to us that game. Extra Murderous Rider is great. Mortify is probably good. I want to drag my curve down a bit here. The deck list I'm playing today on my site. Yeah, so decks that are waiting to be played today can always be found in the deck queue on my website. Live stream deck queue if you're on the main page of the website. Otherwise, you can type bit.ly/deck queue for short. And then once we spend time playing decks yesterday, today, and tomorrow, Sunday I plan to do updates to the dedicated standard deck pages on my site. in general, I try to only put decks up there that I'm pretty confident are reasonable, so we're gonna do this. Prototype or whole deck's kind of too slow for the matchup, so I don't think we really cut it. Rider making us lose life is kind of a liability, so that's a mistake a lot of people are gonna make. Rider is excellent in this matchup, not because it's a 3-mana removal spell. Rider is excellent because a 2/3 with lifelink for 3 is excellent. So we're playing this card for the right half of it. You don't have to play both parts of these cards. Playing the second part is optional. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. All the details on how the deck queue works with the scores can be found on my website under the submit deck link page. The TLDR is that the score of a deck is the number of dollars donated to see it played plus the amount of time it's been waiting in the queue. So that way, if a deck gets submitted with the minimum donation, it doesn't sit in there forever. It eventually comes up. In fact, speaking of, I think I want to just lead on this. They have Skewer, I feel a little bit bad, but I think this is reasonable. Yeah, Adventure is one of the best new mechanics in a long time. It's very good. Definitely enjoy the play patterns of them. Next, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having an excellent Friday wherever you are. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Red Rover, let the squad come on over. So, I'm actually going to block the Torch Courier, and the reason why I'm doing this is because while they can sacrifice this to deny me lifelink, okay, they didn't. So, I should be 2 lower, but my opponent messed up. Deal. So, my opponent could have sacrificed this before combat damage to deny me the 2 lifelink. It looks like they missed that. So I'd be at 16 if they'd taken the correct line here. Yep. 1 removal spell, please. Are they going to give this thing haste? Just smack me for 4? Sure. Or 5 total, sorry. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, feeling okay here. 2-3 lifelinkers, pretty good. Yarok Field was great. I actually think the mana in that deck is better now than it was last season because Once Upon a Time is really strong in it. Goodbye, Felicia. We take 3 here, but then like I'm gaining 5 next turn. GG. It counters any spell. This card's gonna be great in Modern. I think this card's just okay in Standard. It's gonna be absurd in Modern.
Here goes nothing.
Drowner. Drowner in the Loch, chat.
Trust me, I have a plan.
All right. Draw step, Thought Erasure it is. Yikes. Perfect. This one feels pretty done. I don't know if the Wish half of this deck is very good, but like the non-Wish half of the deck is like just straight up Esper control seems very reasonable still. And like my opponent's deck's only drawn 3 lands this game, right? So like they had a lot of gas and we were able to power through it. Murderous Rider there showing its chops. Why it's just like honestly there's probably 4 of these in the 75. It's like that effect seems real good. Just you know. Murder's great against mid-range and control. Hero's Downfall, whatever you want to call it. And then 2-3 life leaker's good against aggro. Alright, that was the easy game though, right? Now we gotta try and win one on the draw. Now comes the scary part. Can you use Wish the turn you play it? Yeah, it comes into play untapped, right? Well, we're gonna bleed for our mana here, but I think this is a keep. Oh, BT Dub, something I haven't talked about. I think it's awesome, by the way, that they're putting the likeness of the world champions onto cards again. This is Javier Dominguez, I believe, for those that are not familiar. Yikes. The old turn 2 attack you for 5. I'm gonna have to shock myself to play a card on turn 2. Yeah, 2018 world champion Javier Dominguez. Whoa, that animation was slick. So slick, my client's lagging and probably needs to be restarted here in a second, because I forgot to do that while we were, well, he had one game. Not doing a full shill break, I'm just kicking the client, because we need to restart the client every 2 to 3 matches, because it's a laggy, memory leaking mess. These people are great, buy their stuff. Hashtag release ready. So this castle's currently a tapped land, which sucks, but that's fine. Responsibly just said thank you, Letter to Watsy, for the extra screen time, right? To the person I just gave a break to for implying my configuration is the reason that Arena's a laggy, crashy mess. And my configuration is not the reason Arena is a laggy, crashy mess. I gotta admit, I stopped coming to this channel because I stopped playing Best of 3 for a long time because the sideboard UI crashed on me almost every time. Nothing to do with the content. Thanks, Watsy, for your release-ready product. Yikes. This is my job. If I was capable of making a change, software or hardware, to guarantee stability, I would make that change. The issue is not my i7 with a 1080 GTX and 32 gigs of RAM, or my operating system. The issue is that Arena seems to have developed into a spaghetti mess. Hey, look, Arena's a spaghetti mess. The store's back online. It's probably, must be Flash, right, Marty? Every single update has made Arena slower and laggier, which is sad because Arena's really beautiful and I wish it worked really well. But the truth is that every update has made it slower and worse in my experience. All right, so I think we just hold up Rider plus Op tier. Yeah, they seem to accrue technical debt at a record rate. All right, murder she wrote. Do you believe Watsy will be able to fix the performance issues? I hope so. And like it got worse too, right? Because for a while it was leaking memory and would crash on occasion, and then like it stopped just leaking memory. It stopped crashing and was just memory leaking, and then it started crashing again. And then after all of that, past crashing, we used to be able to reconnect consistently, but as of 2 patches ago, half the time when you crash out mid-match, the client can't reconnect again, which really sucks. Like, I honestly like an occasional crash or a restart due to an issue, like, not a big deal if I can reconnect smoothly, but I can't reconnect smoothly half the time anymore. Fibble Thip for president, thanks for the 5 months. So, for now, we'll just restart the client every 2 to 3 matches. That's the solution. Yeah, I think this card's sweet. I talked about this in my article on Cool Stuff Inc. How I think this is just like a perfect control card because it forces control decks to play a finisher, which is great. Well, the rest of their hand is very bad, huh? So we've got that going for us. Do I just pass here? I think I just pass here and scry with my castle, so I can try and hit a 6 land for Ugin, I think. If they deploy these poopers here, we can Realm-Cloaked Giant them next turn. Cast things off. I didn't discard first there because I wanted Thought Erasure to resolve more than I wanted the Wish spell to resolve. Maybe I was supposed to play this out there, although that just gets Essence captured, so it's not ideal. I don't think you can sort decks on that screen in Arena. If someone knows of a way to do that, feel free to correct me, but from my understanding, you can't. Getting blue there so we can activate Castle. Mystic me, daddy. Yep. Oh, he makes a sound when he gets countered. That's great. There's so many little things that are so well done in this application. And then it's just like, but it's a laggy mess. Maybe I'm not supposed to draw that. Hey, Teferi. Did you know that, I pinged you on Discord. People have been having issues pulling up the Stream Decker site and they'll plug in. Yeah, and like just like any other release, right? Like there's almost certainly more people using it now than there will be in the future, most likely. All right, if they don't have a counterspell here, I have double removal because this gets Glass Casket. So if these aren't cards that counter spells, counter non-creature spells, we're okay here because we get to drown in the Loch 1 and we get to Glass Casket 1. If they have a counterspell here, unfortunately, we're dead. Yeah, good game, opponent. That was close, considering how clunky. That was really close, considering how clunky our start was, right? Well, I'm at the problem is I'm at 1 Strike Wonder. Oh, I had an Ugin minus. Does that work? So if I counter back, I can do that, and then my 2/2 blocks their 3/2. Yeah, you're right. I could have. This has a counter mode, right? I was thinking about this as a removal spell. Yeah, so I could have killed their thing, and then Ugin killed the other. The casket would have taken 1. This would have countered their frilled missing, and this takes the other one. Yeah. Okay. So miff that one up a little bit. Let's bring in some extra removal here. Thanks for the brand new Prime support, Alizy. I appreciate it. I feel like Realm-Cloaked Giant's just too expensive. I feel like I'm not going to get to resolve this most of the time. Kind of the same thing with Karn. So Drown in the Loch could have countered their Mystic. So Drown in the Loch's a counterspell and a removal spell. I don't want to cut the Wish package. The point of this deck was the Wish package, so I'm going to leave in the Wish with the Teferi so we can see if the wishes are good or bad. Hey, I appreciate you taking a peek at it, Teferi. Thanks for your awesome site. So, I don't think Drown in the Loch will ever be a card that you play as a 4 of, but I think it's a flexible, like, 2 or maybe a 3 of, depending on what the format looks like. Basically, the answer surrounding, like, is Drown in the Loch going to be good is going to largely depend on what size creatures you're looking to kill and how many cards those decks are putting into their graveyard on average. The biggest problem with Drown in the Loch is that it's frequently going to be a 2-mana removal spell that you can't cast on turn 2, which means it's a removal spell that doesn't fit into your curve against aggro decks, and being able to curve out matching aggro decks threat for answer is really important in the early game.
Stand by and watch. I'll protect you.
I was gifted a sub, but I've never been to this stream. I wonder if were you watching Mogwai earlier? If you were watching Mogwai, he hosted us. All right, what are we getting with Wishclaw? Dealer's choice, chat. Another Wishclaw? I think it might just be another Teferi, actually, right?
I've got time.
All right, they've seen enough. Thanks, Swamps. You watch Legacy stuff? I do Legacy on a very small occasion. We do Modern most mornings. Legacy's got a slightly smaller base. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Obviously, we boarded perfectly because we won, right? Easy game, easy life. Demonic Tutor too strong. They just assumed we were unbeatable, right? Because we picked our best card there. You pull the Karn out, do you bring in Casket as another removal spell? Yeah, I don't think so because of what you said there, Vernash. I think killing their ambusher is the #1 priority, and Casket doesn't do that. When I cut Karn against the mono red deck, I brought in the Casket because Casket's a better removal spell in that matchup. Into the Frozen Sky, thanks for the bits, by the way. I think I missed that one. I don't know if there was a message with it. Oh, yeah. Jeff, I discovered something that might not be good but sweet. If you sacrifice a good Nebraska Plus, it still triggers Trail of Breadcrumbs. I don't know what Trail of Breadcrumbs does. This hand sounds great, just like Dub's removal spell. They have rare lands. I'd be kind of surprised they don't have Ambusher. I would believe they're playing like a budget deck, maybe without like Brazen Borrower, but like Night Pack Ambusher's like the real beef of their archetype, right? So like not playing that seems pretty loose. I did see the Esper stacks list. It's, let's call it interesting. Yeah, they must be playing budget. There's no reason to play this card over Once Upon a Time anymore, right? MWLX, thanks for checking in for the 15th month in a row. I appreciate you keeping me around. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. I think I'm going to activate... Oh, I can only activate it during my turn. That sucks. I guess that makes sense. This card would be borderline playable if it could activate whenever. YOLO? YOLO? And then I think I'm gonna go get a Thought Erasure here. Yeah, let's share the love, huh? I'm a giver, what can I say, chat? They're getting a counter, sure. But the counter they're getting probably costs more mana than my Thought Erasure, right? So we come out ahead on the efficiency side, which is what's ideal. And, like, it's only fair, right? Like, I get 2 wishes, they get 1 wish, I get 2 wishes. In before Mystical Dispute. You shut your mouth, Marty. You know what's coming if I get disputed here. You put that on yourself. My body is ready. As you will. The search interface is pretty bad when you're not finding a specific card. Very, very hard to parse what's actually going on in your library at a glance. Definitely prefer that interface from Magic Online, where it shows your whole deck very neatly sorted. Wow, do they not have a land? That's incredibly good for us. Alright, let's lead on this. They might just let this resolve if they have multiple counters. The search interface in paper is way worse. You're not wrong. Search interface and paper. Leave something to be desired. 10 out of 10 would not use again. Now I want this though. Now I want this though. Do I draw this? Yeah, I'm gonna draw that. Pass. I hope they patch that at some point, right, Jin? Happy Friday. I feel like we're ahead right now because they're choked on mana. Spin that for now. So do we jam, or do we just plan to despark this at the end of their turn? I think I just pass here, actually. And the reason why I'm passing is next turn, they can't cast 2 counterspells with their current hand, so I can go Teferi. And if they end-step jam this wolf, they get to do this, and I get to despark it. Just, like, keep it off the table. Maybe I should have taken the Quench last turn, actually. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. It was probably a mistake to take, And maybe I'm supposed to wait to play this just so I don't give them the opportunity. Although, like, next turn now, right, like if this Surveil's not good, I get to guaranteed resolve this, right? Which is great. If they play this, I'll Mortify it. They might quench my Mortify, but I think I'm fine with that. They might also just unsummon it, so I think that's fine. I don't want to Murderous Rider this. Oh, or I do. Oath doesn't seem great right now. I would like my Wishclaw back.
I am not making this up as I go.
Three wishes is not enough. I would like to destroy your thing. Yeah, I feel like their YOLO jam there ended up being pretty good for us. Get to jam Ugin next turn and just take the game over. Yeah, I don't know if the Wishclaw aspect of this deck is good, but like, just straight up normal Esper control is probably still very playable. Which is, I know that's not something a lot of people want to hear. But it definitely seems super reasonable. Especially if Questing Beast helps push some of the... If Questing Beast helps push some of the Field of the Dead decks out of the format. Like, Field of the Dead is a card that, like, helped check these Esper decks. And, like, that card's getting beat up a little bit by Questing Beast. Can someone give me a TLDR of what was going on with booster packs? Was there some kind of issue with pack contents? I don't know that I really follow from that string of posts there, what they're saying was the issue. How is our rank? I should look after this match. I'm gonna make a note that. Check rank. We were still top 250 last I checked. Hey, Teg, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There was a high duplicate count. So you're telling me I opened 0 rankles for a reason? I opened 260 packs and got 0 rankles for a reason? It's rigged? It's actually rigged? You're telling me the shuffler is flat, chat? Everything I do is a lie? They really are out to get us. I should have known. Why is Questing Beast good versus field? It can't be blocked by zombies. And it's also an incredibly quick clock. Gratis, I opened 150 packs and got 4 Fabled Passages and 0 Okos. Oh, Oko. Yeah, the actual answer is that, like, there's a lot of mythics in the set. You don't open that many mythics, chat. It's very possible to have what I just said happen. And the other thing is, even if there was an actual issue, don't assume that issue was generated on purpose. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by incompetence. Don't forget. Hey, Napadilsech, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Thanks for keeping me around. Ionize. Questing Beast is just a good card. So Questing Beast is good against control, you're right. But what Questing Beast can potentially do to the format is potentially good for control. So, was my point. Yeah, the Biomancer after the negate ionized Biomancer, it's like, wait a minute. Well, that's awkward. This is a converted mana cost. Wait, do I just go get a swamp? Am I letting them use Wishclaw so I could have a swamp? Dang it, Bobby. That's actually what's about to happen. We solved Esper's missed land drop problems. We did. You just wish for a land when you need it. Worst fetch land ever. Yeah, I wanted to keep drowning the lockup. They don't want to give me my toy back, chat. No, I don't really want to play Karn. I kind of just want to hit my land drop here. I would like to end you swiftly. Drowning the Loch's been pretty impressive in the games we've played so far. This counters their negate because they currently have 3 cards in their bin. We get to swiftly end this Massacre Girl. Wonder if they'll take the bait and use their Wishclaw now. I wish upon a star. Do. Essence capture and another Rix Manny. Interesting. Ethos itself serves me. Hey, thanks for the 3 months, Deb. Welcome back. Hope you're having an excellent start to your weekend. Happy pre-release weekend, folks. Wow, rude. They have like a random deal 3 in their deck too. I would love to gain 2 life, thank you. You have erred.
Secrets manifest before you. I will defend my ally. My purpose is greater than myself.
Almost there, not quite. Yeah, that's the idea, right? That this locks them. Karn also makes this a 9/9, by the way. BT dubs. Karn makes Magic Mirror a 9/9. Ziggy Mondius, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Almost to that Sword and Shield. Getting real close. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Smash them all. I would love to draw land next turn, would I? I think I'd like to gain 2 more. Weird attack. Have like a deal 2 to everything here. They're like trying to get me to attack. Oh, Massacre Girl, sure. That explains the Benthic Biomancer. They are a reanimator deck. That's not a big deal. Still pretty far ahead here. Did you play more Standard? What do you think would be a good deck to get into Standard with? I think the Great Hedge. The Great Hedge mid-range aggressive decks have my #1 pick so far for things I like in the format. I think there's a lot of different pretty reasonable things running around right now, though. Overall. My plans do not include you. Yeah, best deck in Standard, 10 out of 10.
You show remorse. Let's try this.
Thin some of these basics out. Drown in the Loch feels like an upgraded Logic Knot. It does have a very similar feel. I agree with that. In fact, I think I'm just going to grab my last copy here. It's basically just like... It's basically counterspell slash murder at this point, right? In the late game, this is one of the best cards we can have. Should the mirror get frisky? Is that the idea? We just play this and run them down with it? Truth lies beyond vision. Whoa, that animation was excellent. God, the animations are so good in this set. He really, really just did a superb job overall.
My grief fuels my mission.
There was a Grafdigger's Cage in here that I cut, because we just didn't have, enough slots for it. I mean, if we could have all of these animations and not have any of the memory leaking and lagging, it would be beautiful. It'd be beautiful. Do-do-do. Please don't haste this dragon and kill my face. I'm out of Drown in the Loch, chat. I don't have any more busted cards to go get. Yeah, I think they might be trying to activate their Wishclaw. Not realizing that they just can't. Give him the mirror! Give him the mirror! Thunk, thunk. Cast Lightning Helix, because that's definitely a card Esper needed access to. Don't you hate when the Esper deck burns you out? Karn's busted in the mirror. Extra Murder sounds good here. Veto and Stroke are probably good. Spark, Mortify, probably fine. Realm-Cloaked Giant, probably not necessary. They seem to be playing like one threat to the board at a time. Tyrant, Scorn, they don't really have cheap creatures, although bouncing their more expensive creature might be okay. Need 3 more cuts here. Oathakaya. I'm going to trim 2 Oaths. They don't really have that many cheap creatures. I want to leave at least 1 to fetch up in case we need some life gain, I think. But in general, it seems like a fine trim. This is probably a little bit slow. This is one of our better ways to end the game, though, and it's a removal spell. I'll trim and opt. Famous last words. Burning people out with Helix post-board with Kisa's deck was one of my favorite things last season. Yeah. Yup. Yeah, non-red decks having reach is strange. It's like not a thing that's like... It's like green suddenly having all the card advantage, right? I got my Fibblethip email, but they still haven't sent me... They still haven't sent me my stats email, chat. Why don't I have a stats email? I want to know how many matches I've played Magic Arena. Or better yet, you know what I want to know? All these stats they keep sending out in these emails to people, why don't they just have that in client? Why is there just an in client ticker where I can open it and see how many matches I've played and booster packs I've opened? They obviously have all that data in a database somewhere, right? Why do I have to cause trouble? I know. Yeah, I was opted in for promo emails. I get all their crap. I double check just in case too. WotC doesn't want people to know their match win percentage easily. I'd believe that. Easy way to get discouraged. You know how much you have to pay people that know how to program with SQL? Come on now. You can view it in the web browser? I missed that one. Huh. Well, I might randomly die to Rick's Matty Beats, but Disdainful Strokes keep them from, like, reanimating us, so that's nice. I'd be very surprised if a deck based around cheating that thing into play is anywhere near as good in Standard as it is in Modern. Especially in a format with Broco and 3 free. Well, you know. They have Torch Courier. Deep. Deep. My opponent knows no depth, chat. Alright. Magic's an incredibly low variance game. I'll take the play for game 3. And we'll take the play. I mean, they're not just a cards I own deck. They definitely have a theme. Lower variance Magic or Craps? Magic, just barely. Odin, thanks for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, chat. We were 220 or 218 a couple hours ago. Where do we think our rank's at? Maybe we'll be at 215 by now. That would be exciting. This morning when I signed on, we were at 220, and then we went down to 218. Maybe we can keep climbing by not playing. That would be ideal. Anybody who's ranked above me, feel free to lose a match or two. Just hang tight. Unsung, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure. A month is a really long time for you to keep trying to be good at Magic. That's why you gotta pause it a few days out, Marty. We hit Mythic, like, and the thing that's strangest to me about how the Mythic ladder works is, like, I didn't hit Mythic this season until yesterday, right? I was Diamond until yesterday, and then Diamond plus a handful of matches put us to top 250. Very, very silly. Alright, so if I take their negate, I think I'm just taking their thrill here because they don't currently have another way to get this in their bin, and they don't have double blue. So even if they negate this, they're not guaranteed to have sabotage mana for the second one. That's unfortunate. They drew the blue source. I guess I just jam. Get cards in their bin so this Drown in the Loch can be better. We've lost as much or more than that Unbanned Twin. Last season we went from like top 50 to into the percentages in like a single day. Swings bigger than a Giant's playground. It's real brutal. Erasure plus Drown here, I think. Maybe Rider plus Land. Let me go Rider plus Drown. I want another land at some point, but these seem good. There are 2 lands off of this. Seems good. Yeah, Drown in the Loch, like any game that's going long, Drown in the Loch is incredibly powerful. Like there are a lot of games where like you get that number of cards in the bin, right? And that's one of the things too when I'm playing decks like this early in the season we frequently talk about. It's like I'm mostly like thinking about like, okay, how do these individual new cards line up with things too? And Drawn in the Loch is definitely a card like after playing the set, I'm like, this card overperformed. They shocked in their 7th land. Hopefully we don't get like Agent of Treachery this turn. That would be bad. Still not great, but could be worse. Would really like to draw an untapped Black Source here so we can cast Murderous Rider while leaving Drown and Stroke up. Yeah, I think Drown's... I would be surprised if Drown's not Modern playable. There's a ton of fetch lands in Modern, and there's a lot of really cheap, efficient spells. It's like a murder counterspell split card in Modern a lot of the time, I think. There's Esper and Blue-Black Fairies in the queue, I think. Probably going to include some copies of these when we play those decks eventually. Well. Alright, we'll wait a turn. I'm going to bottom that. I don't really have extra blue mana to spare at this point. I'm going to keep my health total a little bit high here and kill this Rixmati. Yep. So we're taking 4 here down to 5. But I'm going to get this Murderous Rider into play, right? So it's like a lifelink creature. Play a land. All of these rare and mythic adventure cards are very pushed and very powerful. The fact that this card's just like a 2/3 in the aggressive matchups is so good. Hey, Dr. Bellagio, thank you for the quarter of your support. Welcome back. Hope you're having an excellent start to your weekend. Opponent's got a lot of card selection. Yeah, the green black hedge deck is at the top of my list for the event next weekend. Or the event next week for E-League. It's real good. Looks like they're casting... They know about both of my counter spells here. What's their payoff? They have a... Right now, they just have a Massacre Girl. But they have some dragons in their deck, too. What was the record? I don't know. I don't keep track of the records. The record's irrelevant. think I'm just passing for now. Like, my hand's pretty stacked. Am I gonna put the hedge deck on the website? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put some iteration of it up there when I get time to do that. Probably not doing deck list pages till Sunday though. I'm planning to be live we've been live for 8 hours today, planning to do at least one more deck, maybe 2 today. And then I plan to do 8 or 9 hours tomorrow too. Hey, Lady Levanis, thanks for the raid. Hope you had an excellent stream. Let's make sure you got a sword so you can chat. Already a mod, look at that. I think we just strip this, huh? This lets them cycle through some of their other bad cards. And like, they know about both these counterspells, right? So they're just like, waiting. They know they need to play through them eventually. We're doing well. There's a lot of sweet cards in the new set. Rotation's a lot like Christmas. It's a delight. Let's just do this, shall we? Let's go find some friends with Karn. Is Magic Mirror, is it too soon for Magic Mirror? How many cards we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I think that's real. Yeah, let's do that. You can play that out next turn. Like next turn I can play this up and still hold up some other stuff. Yeah, Stream Decker's having a little bit of a rough time. They're getting really hammered around set release. So they know they have to beat this Drown in the Loch. They do not know about the Despark. Would not be surprised to see us get negated or ionized here. Oh, they can't ionize. They only have 2, right? Hey, Shadows Fall. Thanks for the 15 months. I mean, the decks are different without Big Tef. That is accurate. Magic Mirror's down to costing 3. Oh no, we died. How did I miss the Drakuseth in there? Yeah, Torch Courier kills us. Whoops. When I scrolled, I definitely missed the Drakuseth. Yeah, there's a lot going on, Marty. I don't know. Like, there's a chance that they don't jam there, even if I pass with mana up. I don't know. I feel like my takeaway from playing this deck is, one, that Drown in the Loch is definitely a card I want in some number. While it is awkward that it's a removal spell you can't play as a somewhat 2 of, in any mid-range or control matchup, this card's just like the best draw in our deck at any point in the mid to late game. The second is that this card's really bad, and this package taking up slots in your sideboard is kind of cute and bad. And I feel like if we just like had other good Esper cards in this deck, it would be much better. Like, probably want a full playset of Murderous Riders, among other things. Probably want a full playset of Othakaya, stuff like that. Well, if I would have not cast the Karn that turn, I had a Despark in my hand too. We'd also gain more sideboard slots back if we're not like taking up slots with Karn the Great Creator. This card was cute at times, but like in a format where Teferi and Oko exist, like these big artifacts just like have a hard time if they're not as good as the Great Henge. This just takes too long to get going, unlike the Great Henge, which gives you value immediately. Yeah, so like this core for Esper, maybe or maybe not with Opt, seemed very reasonable. I would try other things in the Spawn of Mayhem slot. So I'd try Ceratops and maybe Rankle. Alright, we're going to roll along to the next one here. I'm going to play... I want a mono red, people. Mono red's kind of dry. Let's Abzan Wolves, people. Maybe we'll mono red as the last deck. Let's do Abzan Wolves next. Alright. Garuk is on fire. Let's take a quick break before we roll on into the next one. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Thanks for hanging out.